What's up, family? This is the Playmaker podcast. I'm Reggie Coon.
Nikita Monroe Thomas.
And today we have a special guest, Mr. Mike Melton from Basketball Spotlight. Just to give him a little pat on the back, he's had players like Cam Reddish, Karl Anthony Towns, just to name a few. But welcome to the show, Mike. It's been a long time coming, but I appreciate you for coming through.
Without question, man. I'm glad to be here, man. I saw the Playmaker podcast. That's why I reached out. Wanted to come through and show love, man. I like seeing entrepreneurs doing their thing, so I had to come support, man.
We appreciate that. So it was founded in what, 2007?
Yeah, 2007, 2008.
So what was your motivation that year to get it up and running?
Actually, I was with a company called Metro Hoops, and we was having a little issue with. It was a startup company, and I was doing a lot of the legwork, and I wanted some ownership in the company because I was like the face of the company. I was running around getting the kids for the events, the tournaments, and doing all the writing on the website. So when I went to them with the ideal of letting me get in of the ownership, they told me no. So then I had to face reality. I asked them, so what happens if I help you guys blow this thing up and then you decide that you don't need me no more? And they was like, that's the price of doing business. So I had to step out on faith. So I started out still covering high school events. But then I was going to high school events and I was seeing the other guys from the different writing websites and things of that nature. They was getting paid and I was missing that check from Metro Hoops. So I'm like, yo, what am I supposed to do? So then I was trying to come up with ideas, and then my little brother then Dion was like, bro, you should do you should do your own joint, but you should just do little kids. Yeah. So I thought about it, and then the business model that I went to King for Business, it kicked in. Like the supply and demand, it was something that wasn't out there at the time.
Right.
So I decided to do a basketball company and website targeted straight to middle school and grammar school players.
That's dope. So what do you think the biggest, I guess, adjustment from being with Metro Hoops to doing it on your own?
It was I'm a Pisces, so I'm kind of a visionary person.
Yeah.
So it was kind of hard for me to really have to run something past a boss or past other people before I wanted to try it.
Yeah.
I already saw like what I wanted to do. So it was more of having the courage to really go out and actually do it. You know what I'm saying? And then take the losses where the losses come, take the gains where the gains come. And then I read the book. I was just talking about that book today, Russell Simmons' book. And it said that you don't ever get into something for money. Well, you got to find something that you love, and then once you jump into it, you'll never work another day of your life because you love doing it anyway. And so once I did that, I just ran with it, and it's just been a blessing ever since.
Yeah, I feel that quote because when I went to Newman in PA, I didn't know, I was business first. And but my junior year, I switched to communications, media arts, have my own radio show. We ended up winning an Emmy Award, a student Emmy Award, out in the Metro Atlantic area. And that's when I knew, like, maybe I should take this more serious. So when I graduated, I started a podcast. Originally, it was just me, as I told you before. And it was hard because I told you I was by myself.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's hard talking by yourself with no feedback, nobody to push back on you or just converse with. So
Indeed.
Picked up Keita. Well, I reached out to Keita. I saw she had her own podcast. She was by herself. And basically what I'm trying to say is when you figure out what you want to do in life and your purpose, you run with it. And like you said, it ain't about getting paid if you love what you're doing. Eventually, it's going to come around where you will get paid for what you love. So
no doubt.
I just want to throw my little 2 cents on that.
That's important, man.
Bro.
And finding your purpose. The basketball thing is my purpose. That I feel that's one of my purposes. But I think like God has me on another plan that just came into fruition coming around now. So you know what I'm saying. After we get through talking about the basketball, I'll get into a little bit of that. Before we close out. You know what I'm saying.
So go ahead. No, go ahead.
So what made you want to do with younger children? Because that's not something we see. We see a lot of the high school. They're really more broadcast than the children.
What happened was, it was the like I said, I knew that it was a avenue that nobody was traveling, and a lot of my friends laughed at me. They was like, "Yo, nobody's gonna want to read about little kids and this and that." But I knew that it was a need, and one thing about it is I knew that people were gonna want to invest in their kids at that young age.
Right.
That was one, and that it wasn't like just the love of the game. And once ESPN got into high school, I knew little sites like I was on was going to eventually phase out. Because when the kid is at the game and he got the ESPN reporters there, and then you trying to get his attention to get a picture, where you think he going to go?
Right.
And then I knew that it was going to get too many people was going to get involved in the game, and then it was going to just be all over the place. So I wanted to create my own lane before any other people got to it.
Yeah, it definitely in that high school realm it gets oversaturated because everybody wants to just jump on a bandwagon, and then it's not genuine for the kids.
Yeah,
so I feel like your lane for the younger kids is very important because they know it's genuine. They know it's not an ulterior motive. Some of these guys that's in high school is an ulterior motive. Oh, you going to this school, or you going to that school, you doing all these visits. So yeah, I definitely agree with you. That lane is definitely available, and you
it's something to me, the competition part of me. I want to say I saw the Cam Reddishes first. I want to say I saw the Carl Anthony Towns first, the Marvin Bagleys, the Tyus Battles. I want to say I saw them before the ESPNs and all of them jump on them. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, and having the videos and the pictures and all of that stuff in my catalog, I can always throw it out there to say I saw these kids play in my event before they got big time.
Correct.
Right. You can say it, but then you can back it up as well.
Without question. Yeah.
So a lot of people talk a lot and say what they did, what they want to do, but nobody really does it, or you never see the proof that they did it. But you got that, and I respect that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like you said, those ESPNs, all those big organizations, they always gonna get the credit, the hype, the spotlight. But things like yours, people know. Spotlight for basketball spotlight, like they know what it is. Whether they say it or not, who knows? they know where they started, the grassroots, where it all began. So speaking of basketball, what do you think about like kids reclassifying nowadays and or transferring so much?
At the end of the day, I look at it as it's the parents' choice in terms of. At the end of the day, I tell parents all the time when they ask me for advice. It's about getting that scholarship. Right. Yes. A free education. Because I pay loans back, and it's not fun.
I talk about that a lot.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I have parents that say, well, Johnny's he's a straight A student. Why would I reclass him? I say he's still going to be a straight A student. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's about giving him that advantage to where that when he go against his peers, because a lot of other peers are doing it, you're trying to put him in the best position to get that scholarship. Right. Because the college coach ain't really caring about how old he is. He just want to know what grade he in. Correct. And why wouldn't he want him on his campus a year more mature? So instead of him coming on the campus 16, 17, early 18, he coming in 18 and 19, a little more mature, less prone to getting in some trouble, you know what I'm saying? Because he got another year on this belt. So, and at the end of the day, I always tell them, they might say, well, my spouse feels like it's the wrong decision. And I always ask his spouse, do they got a $250,000 check? Yeah. If they got that check.
If they got that check, then that's sure. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? They don't got that check, then, hey, what you gonna do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Thinking about it, I wish I went back and did a post-grad year, because I was thinking about it, me and my dad, and I'm like, I made that decision, I don't even want to go through that, because I took it as, it's just another year of high school. I already don't like high school, but looking back, now I wish I did, because it's scholarships out there, even Division II, they give scholarships, and I probably could have got one of those if I did a post-grad year, but now that I look back, I'm like, damn, I wish I did, but, you live and you learn.
I agree with you.
Yeah, speaking of your dad, man, that's one person in Trenton that I could never say no to. No matter what I do in basketball, because when I first started out in chasing this basketball thing, we was coaching some kids, and nobody in Trenton wouldn't give us a place to practice or anything. And I went to your dad at the boys club, and I was like, yo, I got this vision to do this thing. And he looked out, bro. So no matter, and he'll tell you this, no matter when he called me for anything, it's never no, it's what time you need me to be there.
Right.
Sponsorships, whatever, like Reg, I'm indebted to him for forever in my basketball thing, because he laid down a road for me that nobody else would at that time. So he believed in when I started out. So, and I'll always be there for that. And he helped me put together Team New Jersey ABC. I'm kind of letting out little secrets and stuff like that. So what happened was Matt Paul's one of the team for Chandler.
Yeah.
So I had my eye on your dad team. What was your dad team called again?
Jersey Heat.
Yeah, Jersey Heat.
Yep.
So I called Reg. All right, look, Reg. Because Reg already was telling me when I was trying to get y'all to come to the tournaments and stuff, he like, bro, I'm running around. This stuff got me stressed out. I got my job. I got too much. I said, Reg, listen, I got this guy. He got some bread with him. He just said, yo, bring the kids over. You ain't got to worry about nothing else. And Reg's a stand-up dude. A lot of guys wouldn't have went for that. They would have been like, I ain't trying to get my name up, my team up. Your dad was like, where I sign. Make sure you're a good dude and where I sign.
Right.
And ever since then, we've been forming a relationship, man. But I just had this, you brought up your dad, but I just had to shout him out because anytime he called or anything, he got that. Because he looked out for me when nobody else would.
Yeah, that's tough in this day and age.
Oh, yeah. Especially here.
Feeling competition with somebody.
Yeah.
Especially in Trenton, like you reach out to people and it's genuine, but sometimes you don't get the same.
I mean, they have a different culture, and I came to respect that. But I went out and did my stuff other places, and then one thing I learned about this place is that you have to show people that you could do it somewhere else before they believe in you. So I wasn't scared to go out and show that basketball spotlight can succeed and can exist. And then you make them into believers. But that's in mostly any place probably, but we just from here. You know what I mean? So, because a lot of people look at you as, well, man, that's Reg that I grew up with. That's Reg I went to high school with. Not knowing that God gave you a special talent, and then once you get into that lane, a lot of people that's scared to tap into their talents, they can't understand how you did it.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So then they don't want to really, they don't really want to vibe with you because they don't understand how you did it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And people don't want to jump on the bandwagon until they see other people jumping on.
Without question.
And I just want to piggyback real quick with the gym situation where nobody wanted to look out. That's the problem around Trenton areas in Mercer County, Mercer County in general.
Yeah, without question.
There's a lot of violence, as we know. There's a lot of things that's going on, and it's so hard to find a gym for kids to go to. Practice,
play.
Just to play, like have somewhere to go.
I said the same thing. It's funny how we lead the world in parties, so you could get a contract to have a liquor license, and a place that got a liquor license to have parties. And I'm not going at no party goers. You guys do your thing, promoters or whatever y'all do. I'm just making a point. I'm not hating on none of y'all. I'm just making a point. But you got to go through so much yellow tape and all of this other stuff for kids to get somewhere to practice. Correct. And the kids are dying out here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what I try to do is present other options for kids to get exposure. And it took a while for me to really break through in my hometown, which is crazy because I had tournaments and all over New Jersey and other cities was giving me the keys to their city, and it was hard to break in here. But now we figured out how to go around the school system and other things that was in the way. And now the kids are buying in. I'm riding down the street, I got kids stopping me, when the next spotlight event? And I see them wearing the shorts and wearing the t-shirts, and so they starting to see that it's avenues that could take them away from here through basketball. And that's all my goal wanted it to be. I wanted to, with the help of guys like Brian Goss and Marv Hodge and Brian Miller and with MPO, now they New Jersey Rivals. Mike Linton came in, got them New Jersey Rivals now. Brian Goss from T-Town Ballers, they expanded their brand. And it was, with the help of those guys, we're changing the culture now. So now when you was growing up and I was growing up, it might have been one AAU team for your age group. Like, but it was only for your age group. It
Yeah.
wasn't no other ones.
Correct.
Now little kids growing up gonna want to play for T-Town. They're gonna want to play for rivals. They looking forward to that. And now our kids are going out playing against kids from all over the country, getting that good bump, and they going to experience life. Like MPO took and T-Town took kids to the Nationals this year. North Carolina, they down there, they in swimming pools, they chilling. That's something
They're not used to.
yeah, and they never gonna forget it.
Ever.
You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna
Never.
change their lives. So
Never.
now the only thing I ask for the kids is this, and Brian Miller and Marv will tell you the same thing. Go back and help when you make it.
Right.
That's it. That's all I ever ask for anybody that ever came in the spotlight. Go back and help when you make it. That's all, because that's all this is about.
Yeah, and it's another way to show them that there's ways to necessarily not make the NBA.
Oh, without
but
question.
it's ways to still involve yourself in basketball.
Without question.
Yours is Basketball Spotlight. Ours will eventually be
Yeah.
Playmaker Podcast. Like,
Yeah, indeed.
it's other ways. You can be a videographer.
Yeah.
It's so many ways you can stay involved without being on the court. It's a lot of opportunities off the court as long as they. But first, before I say all that, stick to your game. If you think you can make it and you got that dream, stick with it and work at it. But if it don't work out, it's still other ways.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Indeed.
I don't think a lot of kids understand that it's okay. The likelihood that you're going to make the NBA is small, but that's not to deter your dream. But you also have to be realistic. What is something else you're passionate about? What is something else you want to do? And I feel like with platforms like Spotlight and other platforms like that, they're showing kids like, yes, basketball is a way out, but it's also other opportunities.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
And like we got some excellent upcoming events coming up. We got the Slam Dunk Breast Cancer, October 26th at Trenton Catholic, starting at noon. Matter of fact, I got you guys some gifts. I bought y'all 2 T-shirts.
Appreciate that.
For the event. You know what I'm saying? They just came out, and I got y'all Spotlight T-shirts also. What we did was, my mom was a breast cancer survivor, and so last year I came up with the ideal of my way of giving back is we had basketball events, basketball games. Last year we did 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. This year we added 5th grade. So it's going to be 4 games, and then we honor 6 women in between after the second game. We have a big ceremony for the women. Then we invite in entertainment like drill teams and singers, and then we get the women like gift baskets and it's a basketball event, but it's a community day, and it's to bring awareness to breast cancer.
That's
You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have the uniform sponsored by A Game. That's my partner in the event. So it's A Game and Basketball Spotlight doing Slam Dunk Breast Cancer. We got video people coming in. We got a DJ, and I'm just closing on the deal right now for the live stream with commentators for the event.
That's
So
good.
it's gonna be October 26th. Then we have the game starting at 12.
Okay.
Then on November 2nd, we got the 8th grade seminar showcase. What I did was, it's a lot of issues that our kids are getting into before they get into high school. So I invited the top 60 8th graders. I'm gonna have all the coaches from the region come out and check them out and play. That's one facet of it. But the other one is I got Mark Bass, former head coach, assistant head coach at St. Joe's University. He's gonna come in. He's gonna talk to them about the dangers of social media and what college coaches look for in terms of posting the wrong information and how your image on social media is. Then I got Dale Greco-Wilson coming in. He's gonna talk to them about the clearinghouse, the stuff that you need to get done before you have a chance to go to college. So then they're gonna play. Then I'm gonna come on and I'm gonna do substance abuse and substance abuse awareness. Because when I went through my tragedy, it took me to a place where I was self-medicating, and then I had to get myself together, and God pulled me through. So now I know He allowed me to go through all of that stuff so I could share my story and help people. So and then after I speak, then the kid's gonna play again. and then they're gonna be dismissed. So then after that, we got the basketball spotlight tip-off classic. That's our first tournament of the year. It's gonna be in Neptune at Rebounds, December 7th and 8th. Neptune at Rebounds and at Sportica in Manalapan. That's our tournament. Then we got the Delson training. I hooked up with Delson out of North Jersey. We're gonna bring in 90 kids, 36th graders, 37th graders, 38th graders. And we're gonna have them, they're gonna train with him, and then they're gonna play in front of me, and I'm gonna analyze their skills and write about them and give them profiles and things of that nature. And then we're gonna end the year off with the Basketball Spotlight Holiday Classic. That's gonna be at TCA. It's gonna be actual school teams, grammar school teams. So we're gonna have, right now we got confirmed, we got TCA, we got the Patrick School, we got Gill St. Bernard, we got Lutheran out of Long Island Lutheran out of New York. We got and a couple more schools that have confirmed for that event. St. Thomas that has Dylan Say on there. He's a real top talent. So that's our schedule up going to the new year. So we, like I told you before, we got a lot on the plate right now. So we just pushing through, man.
Well, that's important that you mentioned clearinghouse, because I don't know if a lot of kids, they be so focused and so tunnel vision on, okay, I just want to get to college, but telling you, if I knew what I know now about clearinghouse and stuff, I had some eligibility issues when I got to college. So it's very important for them to understand, like, your grades got to be A1, your SAT scores got to be A1, and you have to understand the process of it. And nothing wrong with like you said, like going to high school again, reclassifying, getting your grades right, and understanding that maybe you're not ready for college off rip, and there's nothing wrong with that. And the college coaches ain't gonna be like, man, I wanted you to come before. No, they're gonna be happy that you get there when you get there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and I just always wanted to do this type of event for the awareness part of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's leading me into my other calling, I think, that God put on my life in terms of taking my tragedy and telling my story to people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even my struggles with when I was self-medicating. You know what I'm saying? And letting the kids know to get help instead of doing that. So right. I understand that now, that like he don't put us through anything. Everything he put us through or allow us to go through, even tragedies, is always a blessing at the end. You just got to stick through it to get to that part of it. You know what I'm saying? And he don't tell us everything, because if he told me, for me to get to this point, that I had to go through all of this, I probably would have said, God, I ain't trying to do all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he don't he don't reveal everything to us. You go through it, and if you stick through it and you get to the point, then you can understand why you went through it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he allowed me to have this basketball spotlight while I was going through what I was going through, because he knew I was gonna need that. I was gonna need something that was gonna take my mind off the situation and put it to the what's that? But that could be a whole nother segment. We can get back to basketball now.
Go ahead.
So who you looking out for in this area for high school basketball, if anybody?
I think TCA is loaded. Jameer Watkins and Freddie Young Jr. is emerging. I've been looking at highlights of him the last couple of weeks. Watkins looked like a man amongst boys when I saw him playing. I think their calling is going to be Young gonna have to really transition and really be step up, being that point guard that they're gonna need. That tough out is gonna be if they can make it up to Wildwood, because Wildwood almost knocked off Rainey last year. So it's gonna be a tough one, like for them to get there. But anything can happen in any game. That's why you play the games. But of course they're gonna be the ticket to go see in this area. So those are the games.
How about in North Jersey?
That. I thought it was St. Pat's, Patrick School. They always gonna be St. Pat's and everybody knows. You know what I'm saying? They got Noah Farrakhan transferred back from IMG, and they got the top player in the country transferred there, Jonathan Kumenga. And so they loaded, but then Roselle stacked up too. Roselle got the transfer from Hun. They got a couple of other players that came in there. So it's gonna be. I can see them two really banging out when they get. They got C.J. Wilshire came in from St. Benedict's. Then they got C.J. Wilshire, little brother Simeon Wilshire. They got good guard play. So it's gonna be real interesting this year. It's kind of wide open though.
Yeah.
Which makes everything even more better because nobody knew. Like last year, everybody pretty much knew that it was gonna be rainy against Roselle for it all. This year it's kind of wide open, which it's going to be very interesting. Then you got a young Camden team that's making a lot of noise in South Jersey.
Yeah.
They got Lance Ware, but they guard play. Of course, they got DeJuan Wagner Jr. He's a freshman. Sebastian Robinson, another freshman. But as everybody knows, the guards are going to have to mature by the playoffs for them to actually win a state title.
Correct.
Guards, because guards win championships.
Yes. In high school.
So that's what's going to be very, very vital to see what they do. But the TOC is probably going to go down to another parochial school. So they might as well, like me, I say scrap that system.
Yeah.
I think they should have it where it's 2 champions, period. Just take away all the groups, put all the public schools in a tournament, the top 64 public schools, and then put all the parochial schools in one tournament.
Yeah.
And just let them play. You know what I mean? Take the groups away because the TOC is a waste of time. A private school don't win it every year. Yeah. I think Camden was the last team to win the TOC. So I don't even know why they still do it.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about doing girls in that?
I thought about it, and I probably could. It's gonna take a whole lot of different network because it seems like the girls got their own network, and I can't crack their code. I mean, I gotta put but it's probably gonna take me to do it. And I have a friend that's kind of in it, Lonnie Hill. He do G thing basketball, and I keep pushing and motivating him to really take it off. So it'll be kind of hard for me to really dabble with it because of my friendship. I don't really when I feel like that. Especially somebody because I kind of told him to do it. He had this magazine that he was coming out with, and he wanted to do it like it was like a Sports Illustrated thing. And once again, I took something from the Russell Simmons book when he was like, find your one thing and focus on it. And I told him, bro, nobody's doing girls basketball. And I taught him how to do the website. If you go to his website, gthingbasketball.com, it's a replica of Basketball Spotlight, but it's just pink and black. For girls. So I told him, you trying to do tennis and golf and just do girls basketball. Nobody's doing that.
Right. No, that's why
and then focus on that. He's good at doing the coverage, going out doing coverage. And he's starting to get his confidence up in terms of actually doing events. So I've been working with him on helping him do events. You know what I'm saying?
It would more be like a collab type thing.
Yeah, we did a couple of events together. We used to do the All-Star game together, the Gym Classic. That was the All-Star event that I did for my first wife that got murdered. And then I kind of took that away. I was going through some tough times with it, with the emotional part of it. So I'm thinking about bringing it back. I got to consult with my team, and see what they think. But I get calls and texts about girls all the time.
Yeah, that's why.
So it's something that I got to dabble in, and I'm trying to really expand what I'm doing with Basketball Spotlight. Like I said, with the motivational speaking aspect. Right now, matter of fact, I just talked to. I went down to your dad hooked me up with the boys club, so I got a chance to talk to them. I talked to TCA already, varsity team. I talked to T-Town Ballers AAU team. Talked to Team Azaz Sports U AAU team, and I talked to PSA Cardinals out of New York AAU team. So, and I don't charge anything. It's God's work. All I need is a half hour and a bottle of water, and then just let me come in and do what I got to do. But I'm just excited about the season coming up. We got a lot of good stuff going on, man.
That's cool. Let's talk about college real quick. I saw Miles Powell. He from the area.
Yeah.
He preseason player of the year candidate. How you feel about him and his, I guess, chances of making the league?
It's interesting. It's gonna come down to he's a very talented player, probably one of the best scorers, if not the best scorer in the country right now, pure scorer. So that's a good check mark for him to have in for the NBA. It's gonna come down to what can he do defensively, even though the NBA don't seem like a real defensive league, but they still look at that. Yeah, like the way his build is, and
where would you put him at?
Yeah, he's kind of like a tweener, a point guard size, but a shooting guard game.
Correct.
So, but it all is going to come down to, can he get in the right situation?
That's all it is.
No doubt. Can he get in? And I wish him the best, but at the end of the day, he probably didn't have one of the best college, if not the best college career of anybody that came out of here, came out of Mercer County area. Yeah, he had a celebrated college career.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And nobody could ever take that away. Like
he definitely put Seton Hall on the map for these last couple.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Probably got to get Seton Hall in the tournament, and then a lot of things can happen in the tournament. You see, a couple years ago, Malachi was in the tournament. To him, I feel like if he can get Seton Hall in the tournament and be on that big stage, that could definitely.
They ain't make it last year.
They made it, but they lost first round. Wofford.
Yeah.
So that's probably another reason why they didn't hear what he wanted.
Oh yeah. You gotta have a good tournament run.
Yeah.
Good tournament run always boosts you when it comes time for the draft.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I saw people that got drafted strictly on the strength that they had a good tournament and they ain't do nothing in the NBA, but they was hot at the right time and they got drafted.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because Malachi had a typical freshman season when you get to a big program. Hot, cold.
Had a crazy run in the tournament.
Yeah, he went to my school. That's why I ain't go to Syracuse, but that was my favorite team. That's why the spotlight colors are what they are.
Okay.
I'm a diehard Cuse fan. At least they can't ever say one got a title no more because Carmelo delivered for it. I used to be stressing over that. We ain't had no title for mad years. I used to be stressing.
Melo, talk about Melo.
Yeah,
you think he should be in the league? What's going on?
I just look at it like
stuff.
Yeah, and people could put up with your antics, or I can't even say your antics. I don't really know him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's something that maybe we don't even know about.
Right.
That the word got passed around about why they not giving him a shot. It's something.
Yeah.
And we just not privileged to that information. You don't know what it is. It's something that the GMs know that we don't know.
Right.
Why they not giving him a shot. You know what I'm saying? So all I do is just pray for him and hopefully that and maybe like I just came to understand that it's not our will. It's everything is in God's will. So it's a reason maybe God has want him to do something else.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you change your aspect of life and you start thinking in life in those terms, it makes everything so much easier.
And less stressful.
Oh, without question, because you're not trying to control anything. You know what I'm saying? But I'm hyped that you guys doing your thing like this, man. Like, just keep it going. And one thing, don't never let nobody tell y'all what y'all can't do and how far y'all can take it. And it's all about marketing. That's what I was telling you. Like, make sure you got your shirt.
Yeah.
Spend a couple dollars on your backdrops. Like just like have your joint look pretty and it makes people come have ease. You know what I'm saying? So like that's how we do at our camp. I make sure when the people come in, you got the posters and everything is organized, because the first time consumer is gonna come in and say, I feel at ease. These guys look like they know what they're doing.
Right.
Now, if you come in and everything wild and you ain't got no lineage and it ain't no posters and it ain't no signs to say go this way. Now, the first time consumer is gonna start being anxious, and now their mind start tweaking, and it could be something that they look at that's really not that bad, but since they had that bad first impression, they're gonna say, oh boy, now look at this. Now you know what I mean? And now the experience is bad just from the first thing they saw when they walked in the building.
And you don't get a second chance.
You know what I'm saying?
To make a first impression.
It's like you go to a hotel that you ain't look at online and you walk in the lobby. If the lobby nice and then you kind of feel like, all right, we can spend our money.
We
You
good.
come in there in the lobby, look crazy. You like, I can imagine how the room look. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
For sure.
Yeah, we appreciate you for even coming through.
Man, come on, bro. I saw your joint. I said I gotta get on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like and plus I just wanted to pump the event for this weekend. Matter of fact, I got y'all shirts, man.
Appreciate it.
Sorry about the Target bag. I was looking for something better for y'all, but
You are good.
the Target bag. I hollered at Sleep. I said, Sleep, you shop all the time. Give me one of the boutique bags. I wanted to come in, but yeah, I got y'all the
Appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
There you go.
Nice.
That's the joint for this weekend. He told me you had a medium, so here go yours.
All right, bet. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
in the gym. So
Yeah, here you go.
Thank you, sir.
I've been in
Yeah,
there.
they
I
got-
gotta get in there.
It's the
Appreciate
best.
that. And we
Yeah,
got
hold on. I ain't
My
done
bad.
yet. I ain't done yet. And then, you know, I had to bring y'all the Spotlight for Life shirts.
Oh,
Appreciate
thank
you,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Thank you so much.
There you go.
Definitely.
Here
I gotta
you
keep
yours,
it
bro.
back though. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Here you go.
Appreciate that.
No doubt, bro. Y'all just promised me y'all gonna keep pushing, man, and just keep doing it and just revolutionize y'all joint, man. Keep it going and have a vision. And it's okay. It's because this is what people get wrong at. You don't have to always try to reinvent the wheel. It's okay to look at somebody's podcast on YouTube and see something and be like, I'm gonna do that.
Oh, yeah.
That's what everybody do. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
don't. Some people be like, oh, I ain't gonna bite off their stuff. I ain't gonna copy.
You
No,
take
it's-
ideas from
yeah,
different places
exactly.
and put your little twist on
Exactly,
Right,
exactly,
absolutely.
exactly. You know what I'm saying?
it. Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm just looking forward. And then on February, as we go into January, we got our Clash for the Cup at the end of January.
Okay.
It's always on my mom's birthday week, and I know she be like, But it's just the weekend that I can get the gym, January 26th, 27th. That's a tournament. And then we got the Paul Pantella Classic, Junior Classic. I mean, he was like a father, he was like a godfather to me growing up.
Mhm.
So I thought it was important last year we started it. We had it at Foundation Academy. I'm trying to find a spot to have it at this year. Maybe it's on the 22nd, February 22nd, 23rd. Holler at Kristen Sykes. What's it called? What's that? We're trying to get up in here. Kristen Sykes, let us up in, baby. You know what I'm saying? So we had 3 teams from Trenton. I think we had Joyce Kilmer, Rivera, and Hedgepest Middle.
Yeah.
And then we had Asbury Park Middle School, Plainfield, Maxim Middle School from Plainfield.
Okay.
We had Lakewood Middle School. We had Foundation, and we had Trenton Catholic. So it was mostly of a Trenton thing.
Yeah.
It was dope, man. The whole atmosphere was good. And then this year in August, we had our first King of the Capital. I had to do that. So since we got the AAU teams in Trenton now, the spice of the rivalry, we take 2 teams of the same age group and then they play all the same day. So 4th grade play, 5th grade play, all the way up to 8th grade. You know what I mean? And then whoever wins get to wear the crown of the king for the whole year until they play again next year. So it's kind of changing. It's kind of making the juices flow and getting the kids really into the competition thing and just loving it. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just fun, man. God really brought me through it, and sometimes I feel blessed. It be kind of weird to like. Sometimes you stand there and then you look like you envision something, and then it comes to fruition. And you know it can only be God. You know what I'm saying? And then I was at Sportica and I was on the top of the thing and I looked over and just to see like 350 kids with your jersey on, and it's like you looking at it like, wow, like so that let me to tell people anything can happen. You can do anything. The only thing stop you from doing anything is not trying.
Right.
If you really believe it and you got a plan, you can do it, man.
You gotta believe in yourself.
Exactly.
Everybody else
Without
can.
question. And I'm gonna tell y'all too the same thing I just posted on Facebook today, and I think I tagged you in it. Read that book, bro. That Do You book by Russell Simmons.
Yep.
Read it, bro. The spiritual part, the principles of the business, the breakdown, all of that stuff. Read that book, man. That book is like, it tells you how to break down everything and it tells you the techniques to use. Like he gave away a lot of jewels in that book, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
I'm
that.
gonna definitely check it out.
Yeah,
I'm a
get that
reader,
book, man.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna check
Get
it
that
out.
book, man.
Definitely.
I'm starting to be a reader since I got with my girlfriend. So yeah,
Stay on it. Stay on it. Keep it reading.
That's on my list. Anything else you want to talk about?
Nah, man, I think we covered everything. Let me see the list thing over there. Yeah,
I know earlier you said you got another purpose. I don't know if you want to expand on that.
Like I said, I think God is really. I went through a really 10-year tragedy, and it took me to some deep places, and substance abuse, and with alcohol, and I had to hit my bottom, and God brought me through. And then when I came through, I understood it was a tough battle, and it was only by the grace of Him that I came through. And for me to get through, I understand now that He allowed me to come through so I could share my stories with the kids. And because if this could happen to Mike Melton, this definitely could happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like I told the kids the other night, like I could have swept all of this under the rug because nobody really knew, except my real inner circle, my friends. But
Correct.
God ain't. That's not what He had me here for. Like my story is gonna be able to help so many other people because they're gonna look at it and say, "Wow!" Like, and for me and for my fellowship, I have to give it away in order to keep it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like keeping that story and all of that to myself would be selfish.
Yeah,
but I
because
can help some other
you
people.
tell your story, and at least one person gonna get something from
Correct.
it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And learn something from it.
Yeah.
And may not go that other route, but go that same route you went and broke through.
Yeah.
And now you living, I guess, a dream.
Yeah, without
You
question.
living out your visions.
Yeah, without question, without
Absolutely.
question. So, now I'm healthy, ready to go, and just thanking Him, man. Looking forward to, like, I got some other stuff in the makings when it comes to that, but right now, my goal is to just travel around to different high schools. When I was watching Chris Herron thing, his story, I said I could do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I said I could do that, and that's been my goal right now, along with the basketball. So I've been busy with it.
Yeah, you setting your foundation, going to local schools.
Yeah,
setting the foundation.
yeah, indeed. Practicing, like getting my stuff ready to get whatever God has planned for me. But I understand that it's not about it's not about me. It's about what He got planned for me.
Right. So again, we want to appreciate you.
Oh,
bro,
thank you, bro,
for
man.
coming
Definitely
on.
appreciate
Thank you,
it.
bro. So this mine?
That's
Yeah,
yours.
that's yours.
That's what I'm
for you.
talking
That's
about.
yours.
I'm
Rock
official
that.
now.
Yeah, rock
I'm definitely wearing your T-shirt now.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta worry about that. I definitely
Rock
wear your
that.
T-shirt, and I'm gonna be on your. I'm gonna put it on and throw it up on my gram because I got a couple followers now. My joint getting up there. I think I got like 11K.
Oh,
Getting up there.
You got the K behind you?
Yeah, my young boy told me he said, Mike, man, you gotta get your He said I ain't big time yet because I don't got the blue check. He said when I get the blue check. He said when I get the blue check. I'm
That's
big
in the
time.
working. That's in the working.
Oh,
He
yeah,
said.
you gonna get that in no
Yeah,
time.
he said when I get the blue check,
No
I'm in
time.
work. Now that's a blessing. Man, I just feel happy and blessed that you guys have me here. If you guys ever need anything from me, y'all want to contact any guests that y'all want to come on, I definitely contact them for y'all and give them the green light.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
October 26th, I'll be at TCA. checking it out.
Okay.
If she can make it, Keita, I know you're working.
But Saturday's
I'll
almost
be
soon.
there.
I'll be at the next event that's a Saturday.
I want
So,
you
yeah,
come and
definitely.
just
I'll
it don't have to be a super thing. Invite your guy over there. I tell Faust to put y'all in the room and y'all can do interviews when the game's over.
Oh,
and
bet.
stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
You
yeah.
sit down and interview people about the game, like give you some footage, man.
Saturday the 26th, be there.
Yeah, game start at 12.
12?
Start at 12.
Yeah,
end,
4
end
games.
at what, 5?
Yeah, around
5:30?
5:30. Yeah.
Once again, guys, we want to thank Mike Melton from Basketball Spotlight for joining us today. I'm Reggie
I'm
Coleman.
Nikita Monroe Thomas.
See y'all next week.
Peace.
All right, thanks.
What's up, family? Thank you guys for tuning in and the continued support. We also want to thank Mike Melton for speaking with us and sharing his story. Next week, we'll be having my girlfriend joining the show to talk about budgeting, relationships, and much more. For all of our content, visit our website at www.theplaymakerpodcast.com and follow us on Instagram at theplaymakerpodcast. Once again, we want to thank you guys for the continued support. Until next time, peace.